Hey guys, how's it going? Went ahead and got some new parts for the car to go ahead and get moving further along with the wire tuck and ABS relocation. Let me show you some of the stuff that I got for the car. So went ahead and picked up some wiring. This is 8-gauge wiring. This is going to be for redoing the electronic power steering, the two main lines that run from the EPS module to the rack itself. And then I got this assorted grommet set, some end connectors for this wire harness here, some solder heat shrink connectors. This is a pass-through for the firewall, so you just drill a hole and connect this up, and you can pass your wire through the firewall without worrying about it grounding itself out. And then this is the fuse box relocation bracket from Alloy Works, and the EPS relocation bracket from Alloy Works. And then these are just little wire cap covers, little silicone covers. Let me get the camera set up and we'll start mounting some stuff in the car. Alright guys, and that's what it looks like with the EPS bracket installed. Get these wires off of here. Alright, you can see it bolts in there and bolts in back there using factory mounting points. So it's nice and sturdy in there. Alright, wanted to give you all a close-up view of how these solder connectors work. They're really cool. As you can see right in the middle there's a piece of solder. So whenever you put the wire in, place the other wire in with it. and you line them up right there in the middle, and you just apply the heat gun. And you can see that solder in the middle starting to melt, and see right there it expanded. Now I'm gonna go back through here and actually put heat shrink, another piece of heat shrink over the top of these, just to be on the safe side, keep them all protected. But you can see I tried to color coordinate the wires the best that I could. The only one that was off, I don't have a brown, so I just used a red, but the rest of them are pretty close. And then that's gonna go and connect back to this connector here, and then it will plug in just like that. Alright guys, I just want to give you all a little update. So I got all these wires run back through the proper hole, got them all tied back in, and as you can probably tell, I might not have had to cut this. Sorry if I kind of steered y'all in the wrong direction. It still would have been pretty tight, but I think I could have gotten away with not having to cut this. But either way, I got it all wired back in now, so no worries there. So for now, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take the insulation off of this wire loom right here, and I'm gonna start extending this harness. This one definitely has to be extended. You can see here, and that's not even going up high enough to reach the top of the wheel arch. I mean, the tire would cut it in half. This wire right here is for the horn. The horn is right here. So that's got a long ways to go. And so I think the easiest way is just going to be to take this loom off here, and we'll cut each wire one at a time and extend them one at a time, so that way we know for sure that we're attaching the right wire to the right wire. Alright guys, I'm going to give you a quick update. So there's two groups of wires in this harness. One set of wires is shorter than the others. So I went ahead and extended these probably close to 2 feet, maybe 18 inches to 2 feet. But this set of wires here is longer than this set was. So the amount that I have to extend these is going to be less than what I had to extend these to make them all the same length. Alright guys, I just want to give you a little update on everything that's going on now. So I went ahead and pulled the headlight out, and after I extended the harness, this is the factory mounting point for this ground right here. So it just normally bolts in from this side. So I just bolted it into the same lug on the back side after this harness was extended, and then ran this wiring harness all the way back over to the fan. Got my horn plugged back in right there. Now this horn normally sits right here. So this was already relocated because I used to have a Comtech intake on the car. So I already moved this down to here. It's pretty easy to do. You just take the little bracket off, and then there's already a hole in this bracket here, so you just put the horn through and put the nut on the back side. And then same thing with the speed sensor. I use the same clip that this clips into from the factory. I just plugged it in from the back side, and then wrap the wiring harness all up, zip tied it here, and then zip tied it here. Then you could probably see in the video, I drilled a hole for this through the firewall mounting point. So on the inside I have the power from the battery, and the power that feeds the fuse box is connected to the back side of this lug. And on the front side of this lug here is where this is going to connect. Now this is the factory wiring harness that normally connects to the positive battery terminal whenever the battery is sitting right here. So this is normally connected directly to the positive battery terminal. So I'm going to get some wire and extend this, and that's going to go through this hole here, and then it's going to come out and go down through here and then attach to this lug. And then once I get a lug for it and extend the wiring harness, this little connector here is going to go over the top of that wire. So once I put it on there, it'll have that little cover over it. This wire here is the other wire that connects to the fuse box. So I'm gonna have to extend this as well. And then that's gonna run back through that same grommet over here. Or I might even drill another hole here. I have to extend this as well. This is the main power wire that goes to the rack. So I was gonna see if I could take these connectors apart and then just tap the wire in directly and just make a longer wire altogether. I bought this wire here. It's the same size as this. So I would prefer just to remake a whole new piece, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to reuse those connectors inside. I don't even know if I'm going to be able to get this thing apart without breaking it. Let me show y'all inside the car. So this is what we got going on inside. You can see there's my two lugs. So this is the one, this wire right here goes back to the battery. It's connected directly to the battery. And then this wire here will go onto the fuse box, just like that. So that will get bolted on to the fuse box right there. So I still gotta get my mounting bracket right for this. So I have this fuse box relocation mounting bracket. This is what I'm gonna try to use to mount the fuse box. Be really nice if I could get it to work. So this bracket mounts to the fuse box right there, just like that. And then I'm gonna see if I can, I'll probably have to drill a couple new holes there at the top to get it to mount to those two brackets there. So then the fuse box can just sit like that. You can see right here, if you were to come through this panel here, you have to watch out for this, because this is the clip where your kick panel goes. So that's what holds your kick panel on. So if you drill a hole in here, you gotta be sure you do it above or below where that is. So if I decide to run a grommet through there, or run a wire through there with a grommet, I'm gonna have to be careful of that. So that's gonna be the end of part 2 for the fuse box relocation, wiring harness tuck, ABS tuck. If you want to like and subscribe because you like the videos that I'm making, please do so. It helps me out a lot to know what content you like and what you don't. Also, if you have any questions, just leave a comment down below and I'll try to get back with you. Also, I'm going to be putting the links for Amazon, where I bought all the connectors, the wiring, the grommets, the solder connectors that I have, all that stuff. I'm going to post links in the description. That's all I got for right now, guys. Thanks.